Hey, shalom, shalom. Alright. Shalom, shalom. We'll get into it. Brothers and sisters, get up in here. And this will be on YouTube. Most likely about an hour or two after I finish this live, it will be on YouTube. All right, on my page, Everlasting Mercy 144. All right. So the title of this lesson is "Get Out Your Own Way." All right, and before we start, we're gonna face the east and give our praises and honor to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Bakah, Ha, Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. And shalom to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining yourself out there in this truth, as well as the foreign Israelite, which may look like the heathen, be amongst the heathen, but is indeed an Israelite. Shalom to you as well. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi. Shalom. All right, so let's get into it. It's your brother Yerami Kazak. And get out your own way is the title of this lesson, man. Okay? You know, sometimes brothers just be in their own way. All right? Sisters as well. Most definitely the sisters. Okay? Proverbs 3. Let's start there. Proverbs 3 and 5. And we can start at the top, man. My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. So in your mind, you're supposed to write them on your heart. That's your mind. You're supposed to write the commandments in your mind, right? So therefore, that's why do we wear fringes? And really, you know, fringes is to remind you of the law. But in this point in time, why do we wear garments? We say that to remind us of the law and all of that, okay? But really, your garment is this truth. It's this understanding. Hey, shalom, Yahawah Bashim, Yahawashi, Barak, Ahtham. Okay? Your garment right now is this truth. It's this understanding. It's the tawah, the mark that's placed on the men's forehead, right? For you to understand and for you to remember. So garment or not, when you listen and you hear these lessons and you hear this and it's resonating with you and you're understanding it, you know, you should know right then, man. I got to get right. I got to stay right. And in your mind, and the more you read, the more you build your faith by reading and hearing of the word, then the more you know. So the better you know how to what? Keep the law. So Proverbs 3 and 1, my son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. You're supposed to be trying to memorize laws, and it gets to the point, brothers memorize scriptures, brothers memorize, you know, Hebrew prayers, etc., etc. Okay? So that's how it's supposed to be. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Right? It's certain things that can add to your life, man. Take it over to Ecclesiasticus, the 26th chapter. You know? So the law is going to add to your life, right? By obeying your parents, by not lying, not stealing, you know, things like that. And if you are in the law, you keeping the law to the best of your ability, and what? Your whole household is going to follow because you're leading. I'm talking to the men. You're leading, man. Your whole household is going to follow. So let's read Ecclesiasticus 26 and 1. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled. So you see how this domino effect is going, because you, being a righteous man, it's going to follow, right? Your woman, she's going to be in this thing as well. And if she's not, continue to do what you're doing, and it's going to continue, man. Hopefully she will come into this, according to 1 Corinthians, the 7th chapter. And as the brother put, Judges 5 and 11, we are supposed to rehearse the righteous acts, right? So not saying that the law will save you, because it will not save you right now, right? You're not going to be able to keep all 613 laws 100%, but you got to do the best that you can, all right, to keep what you can. You can't keep unaliving a man and a man being together. That's an abomination. We know that, but we can't just go and unalive them in our captivities, right? So common sense comes to play being in captivity. And that's another thing that Israelites do. The law can become a stumbling block to certain brothers and sisters. I had a brother, man, I was teaching on the corner one day, IUIC dude, and after I got done teaching, he saw me out there teaching, right? And he went and parked his car, and then he walked up, and I got done. So once we get done, I took off my garment, and then we talking, and we get to talking, he talking about names and stuff like that, and I'm like, y'all Most High Christ bless, etc. We talking, and then he tried to call himself trying to cut me. He said, well, where your fringes at? I'm like, I don't wear fringes just like that to be a target, right? Just to be a target. That's not using common sense. So that's how they get, man. The law becomes a stumbling block to a brother trying to be over righteous, because he tried to say that to try to cut or whatever. And so I already knew what type of spirit the dude was coming in, man. And I'll get that for you, Romans 3 and 31. So don't be over righteous. You got to understand also that we in captivity. This is our 7th captivity. You have Egypt, Babylon, Persia, Assyria, Greek, Rome, and then this is Rome again, right? This is Babylon, okay? That's 7 captivities. What does 7 mean? Completion, all right? It's over after this. We ain't ever going into captivity again. And the brother wanted Romans 3 and 31. Romans 3 and 31, kind. Do we then make void the law through faith? Yahawah forbid. Yea, we establish the law, right? So that's why you writing it in your mind. You writing it in your heart. You know, as we was reading in Proverbs 3rd chapter. Let's get back to it. So your length of days is going to be lengthened. Your long life, peace. So by keeping the law, you're going to have peace, right? Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi is going to deal with you even more, all right? And that's getting back to the title of the lesson. Get out of your own way. If you going through it, that's what Barak 2nd chapter, says you're going to be tempted. It says it's much temptation going to come with this. But you don't fold, you don't crack, you don't break when that pressure comes down. We are being made. Diamonds is made what? Under much pressure. Gold, we being refined. The scriptures is giving you analogies and things of that nature, similes, metaphors, to give you an understanding of what's been happening to us right now. We went through all these captivities for punishment, chastisement. If you are being chastised, you are going through things, then guess what? Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi is dealing with you. And that's according to what? Hebrews, the 12th chapter, right? So, verse 3, Proverbs 3 and 3. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck. Write them upon the table of thine heart, meaning your mind. All right? So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of power and man. Just how our forefather Jacob, Israel, Yasha'Allah had. He had forefather with power and man, with the Halalyam, the angels, and with man. So by keeping the law, by keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, you're going to have favor with man and with the spiritual angels, right? Like, who wouldn't want that? Right? And I'm only speaking to the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites. Okay? In the wilderness, aka the world. Yeah, in the wilderness, that's basically, Babylon. That's basically where we at right now. Okay? And when you out there lost, you ain't coming to the tabernacle, which the tabernacle is wherever brothers is setting up every Saturday. Wherever if brothers is setting up on a corner, he out there preaching, coming in the name of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, that's the tabernacle. You need to come in to get some safety. Come and listen, right? Whatever town, whatever city you in, man, it's most likely some GMS brothers out there pushing and preaching, because that's how Yahawashi set it up, to be spread out over the world. I'm talking about over the planet, all right? You don't have, you got IUIC pushing that fake mess all over the planet as well, but not how the elders of GMS have set it up. And Elder Apostle Tahar rarely leaves New York. I think, man, the brother, I think Elder Yasharama said he left New York one time, man. He seen him leave New York one time, all right? He don't really have to leave. It's through the Spirit that this has branched out. So that's much fruit, right? And that's the thing about understanding these elders that rule over us, man. We are branching. We are a branch. We are fruit stemming from that original tree, that One West tree, right? So this is why we give double honors, all right? So for the brothers, you know, the order was put out. For the brothers that don't want to get in order, you got to get out your own way and read the scriptures. The scriptures tells us to come together. The scriptures tells us to those that rule over us, listen to them as spiritual fathers. You know, it's plenty of scriptures that talk about order, you know. So that's an important thing, man. And I get this for the brother Ecclesiastes 7 and 16. You know. 7 and 16. Be not over righteous, be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Right? Don't let the law be a stumbling block to you. Okay? Be not over much wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? Okay? And what is that? That's a balance. You gotta have that balance. And that doesn't mean do wickedness. Hell nah, that don't mean that, right? But don't be over righteous, brothers and sisters. Right? So, you see a brother and he may have dreads, right? And he may be new and he may not know. Nobody may have ever broke down to him that locks in the Bible does not mean dreadlocks. It means braids or plaits, right? And I broke that down plenty of times on this live. You can look into the etymology of the word locks and it means braids. So I'm not going to be over righteous and be like, bro, you got to cut them off, bro. What are you doing, bro? Don't you know you an Israelite, bro? You got brothers like that, right? Because they ain't really coming in compassion and mercy. They just barking, right? You know, and brothers we go through phases of that. I remember when I came in the truth, I was rough, rebuking, etc., just going hard for this thing, having a zeal, but learning over time to calm down and teach with much mercy and compassion. Because Yahawashi bestowed that mercy and compassion on me when he pulled me out of the world from what I was doing, from the bullshit and the wickedness I was doing, right? So you always got to keep that perspective of this brother new. Is he sincere? Is he real? Is he trying to come in? You know? So don't be over righteous on a brother. Because that right there, you may bring blame to the ministry by doing that. And you may offend a little one. You may push him away. Because the way that you delivering the message, you know? Oh, okay. I don't know who that is, Terrence Crawford. All right. Hey, let's keep it going, man. So I want to go to Hebrews, the 12th chapter. As a matter of fact, Salaki. Romans, the 12th chapter. I keep getting them. Or was it Hebrews? I think it was Hebrews, man. One second. Bear with me. Oh, yeah, Con. Hebrews, the 12th chapter, as I said earlier. And we're going to start at verse 4. Ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of Yahawashi, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. Now let's get that word chastening, right? Because I guess people come into this thing and believe they're not going to go through anything.
Strong's G 3809. Paideia.
Paideia, the whole training and education of children, which relates to the cultivation of mind and morals, and employs for this purpose now commands and admonitions, now reproof and punishment. It also includes the training and care of the body, right? Instruction which aims at increasing virtue, chastisement, chastening, all right? So this is when Yahawashi is refining you. He's bringing things up out of you, impurities, right? Lessons, you learning lessons. It's not an L, it's a lesson, as they say in the world. So he's trying to better you, right? You got to go through things to get better. It's not just going to happen overnight. You can watch a seminar and think that you know everything or whatever, but trust me, you don't. All right? It doesn't matter if you get a degree. Oh, I got a degree in the Bible, but does that mean anything? No, man. All right? The Rakakadash, right? Is it really dwelling with you? Are you really understanding? Learning from these Edomites. All right? You got to go through things. That's why, man, double honors to the elders, because the experience that's been given down, the things that they went through wicked brothers, they went through delusional, they went through wicked breakdowns and things like that. Learning how to and learning how to understand, how to check a spirit and discernment and these type of things. So that experience, man, you can't teach experience. I can tell you something and you can maybe listen and that'll be wise, right? But sometimes people got to go through things just to learn that lesson truly. And then they'll come back to you and be like, yeah, bro, you told me, but I ain't listen, right? What did Scarface used to say? I tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen, right? So you got to go through things, man. Mom Dukes just told me the same thing. Hey, Con, man. And that's what we learned as kids. We went through things. Oh, what's up? Jaquan? What happened? Please make me a mod. Oh, yeah, you a mod. Con, never mind. All right. Yeah, for anybody that's in here, the name is not Jesus Christ. It's not Jeebus Christ. All right, it's Yahawashi, but I'm going to keep it going. I don't want to make this too long. So, as kids, right? Because this is what? The whole training and education of children. We are coming into this thing as children. We come into this thing as children. So, that chastening, that chastisement that Yahawashi is dealing to us, we are taking that, and you got to take it cheerfully, man. Right? You take the rebuke. Don't let it be grievous to you. Okay? We don't know it all. I got this brother rebuked me like 2 days ago, man. And I didn't make a big deal of it. I just went and made a correction video on something that I had went off on. That I read the scriptures incorrectly on. Right? So took it humble. Because being through things, going through things, hey, admit it. That's accountability. I was wrong. All right, let me go and fix it. Boom. I was wrong. I'll fix it. And you fix it. Therefore, the people that's listening to you, watching you, they won't continue to go off in that manner. So you automatically correct something if you go off. So the quicker and the earlier that you learn that mistake, you can fix it that quick. And this is why we must be super diligent, right? So it's important. And this is what experience teaches. This is why the elders are so important, because that experience. All right? Verse 5. We read verse 5 again. Hebrews 12:5. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of Yahawashi, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. So you gotta go through it. And if you ain't going through it, then, dude, that crown, it's not like the crown just gonna come down and you didn't go through anything. That's why Jacob's trouble is there. That's why we gotta go through these things. Okay? We have to go through this stuff to become ready to rule, right? That's why we go through all these trials and tribulations. That's why we are tempted, dealing with many situations. And we can be like, hey, I remember when this happened to me. Boom, I'm going to tell you this. And that's why we ask advice. That's why camp is so important. You going through something, you ask somebody, and that brother may have went through it before, and boom, he'll help you get through it quicker and easier than he went through it. Because it might have been really rough for him, but he's helping you get through it easy. What is that, man? You ask somebody to get somewhere. Like you going through on a destination, and he already know the road. He know the shortcuts. Hey, don't take that left. Go straight. It's going to be take this left, and you will get there quick, and you will miss all the traffic. Right? And the scriptures is the most important part of all that. Right? So the brotherhood is key. The brotherhood is key. That experience, that's what we talking about. So brothers got to get out of their own way and really deal with the brotherhood, man. That's most important, man. All right? That's up there in the top. That's up there in the top things. Because what's being built right now? The kingdom. What's being built? The order, the government. The 144,000. What is that? That's the government. That's the order. Starting with Yahawah, then Yahawashi, then King David, then the apostles, then the 144,000. That's the government. All right? It ain't coming no other type of way. You ain't going to walk around the 144,000 and King. It ain't coming no other type of way. Right? What did Yahawashi say? Anyone that come a other way is a what? Is a thief. Let's get that. John 10:1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. So it's no other way, man. That order has been set up for a purpose. That order is set up because Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi knew that this was the way, man, that we got to go through. And every brother has to be chastised. Every brother gets rebuked. Every brother gets reproved, instructed, helped, right? The elders that's over us, they've been through it. You think they just there in that position and they ain't never go off? Like they ain't in the same flesh that we in? Come on, man. We all in this wicked flesh. All right? Verse 8. But if you be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are you bastards and not sons. So if you just moving through life and ain't nothing happening to you, that's when you need to worry. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? I said earlier, you fear your earthly parents, and hopefully they fear Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. And they're going to instill that fear in you. Right? So that's important, man. Because you're going to fear Yahawah much more. Your spiritual father. More than you fear your earthly father. Right? Because he created all of this. Understanding that. And Shalom, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Barak, Ahtham to all. Alright? Alright, verse 10. For they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. So if you're going through something, what is it going to bring you into? More righteousness if you take it the correct way. But if you look at every L and you don't learn from it, then guess what? You're going to go through it again. All right? Like brothers. If brothers dealt with a toxic female, right? You deal with a toxic chick and you know them type of chicks, man, that try to, that kill your car, that slit your tires, all that bullshit, right? You know, and you don't learn from that and you go out and you find another one. Then, man, you a dummy, and you deserve what's going to happen to you again. because you didn't learn from the last one, right? So that right there, that chastisement, because that's all through the spirit and power of Yahawah. Yahawah had that demon. She had you mess with that demon to try to teach you. You don't need to be messing with this, right? So, boom. And you gonna go out here and pick another demon? Then what? You deserve what you get. What can we say? You deserve what you get at that point, man. All right? But if you come through that lesson and you learn from it and you grow from it, then Yahawashi is pleased because you took that chastisement, you took that whooping, and you came out of it, and you're not going to do that again. You learn from it, man. Fool me once, kind. Fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on. Okay, J. Cole, there you go. So, yeah, that chastisement, that's important. And let's go. I want to go back to King David, man. When David messed up. And what is that? 2 Samuel. One second. Because David was what? A king, all right? And you thought that just because he's a king, he's not going to go through stuff? All right? He's going to go through stuff. We all go through stuff. David loses child. Oh, Khan, the water ox, 2 Samuel 11 chapter. Ooh. And that's the brotherhood, man. That's why we got the brothers. If I can't find something, the brothers is right there. And let's start at the top. And it came to pass after the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle, that David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel. And they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem. And it came to pass in an evening tide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look upon. So he saw Bathsheba basically taking a bath, right? And he looked upon her, man. And what do you think? You think that she was just coincidence, right? I believe she did it on purpose, man. Because, hey, you know how Eve is, all right? And I believe she did it on purpose because of what happened afterwards. And David sent and inquired after the woman. And one said, is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? And David sent messengers and took her. And she came in unto him, and he lay with her. For she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned unto her house. So that's another man's wife. So what was broke right there? Adultery. Adultery was committed, right? And it didn't seem like it was any resistance from her. It don't matter if that's the king. Who is ultimately over the king? Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. All right? So man will go off. Man can go off. And man will go off. The only one that we had didn't go off was Yahawashi. Okay? So that adultery was committed. Now, David is going to be punished for that, right? And he's going to lose his firstborn son that's going to come out of that woman, right? Now, this whole plot, this whole thing, it gets deeper how it was set up. David plans to unalive her husband. I ain't going to read it all. I'm going to just summarize it. I might read some more, but he basically plans to unalive her husband in war, where he had all the troops going, and then he told them to pull back, and he let her husband go forth and he basically got unalive, man. So therefore, what? David could marry her, right? Because she's a widow now. So he could go for it, and it would be lawful amongst the congregation. But he was already messing with her on the low. And what does that sound like to you? That sound like some nigga shit. Let's just be honest. That's what happens in Israel constantly, man. Brothers messing with other brothers' wives. And that right there, according to the law, both of them should be unalived. David and Bathsheba. Okay? And David couldn't what? At that point in time, he couldn't get out of his own way. Now, he prayed, he fasted, and all of that. And Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi gave him mercy and compassion. Even though he was supposed to be unalived. Right? And that's man, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi is everlasting mercy, understanding that, but that doesn't mean you should go forth and break the law and act like he's going to forgive you. No, these stories are there to show how much merciful our power can be. But for everybody, it's not going to be the same circumstance, man. And that's the thing. Don't get to thinking that it's going to be the same. It's actually rank in the kingdom as we broke it down. You got Yahawashi at the top, then King David, then the apostles. That's rank. That's an order that's set up. Going back to why I was going into double honors and things of that nature. Because that's rank that's set up. So that rank that's set up, that's even on the earth. Right? Starting with the elders. That rank is set up already. And you got brothers sitting around here actually thinking they can come in another way. But Yahawashi say they're a thief and a robber. You're not going to break that order. Who set up the order? Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi set that order up. And you will be a madman not to follow it, man. All right? I get it. Proverbs 24 and 16. Proverbs 24 and 16. For a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. Exactly. And David definitely fell, and he got back up, man. He took accountability. He recognized what he did, right? And he unaliving a man to take his wife, right? That can't even be brought back. So, you know, that's just by the grace of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi to bring him out of that situation. Because really, he's supposed to be unalive. And really, that's getting back to the whole situation. A bigger situation is really us as a people, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans should be unalived for what we did, for how we transgressed the law, for how we worship false idols, and everything that we did. If Yahawashi, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, didn't do what he did, man, you know what I'm saying? But it says in the book of Jeremiah, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi will never turn away from us, never forsake us, until they can measure the heavens above and the waters of the deep below, right? And they can't measure the earth. They can't measure. They can't tell you. They tell you that they only explored 5% of the ocean, right? And they can't measure the heavens. They can't. I don't care what they tell you, all right? So Yahawah is not going to turn away from us. He's not going to forsake us at the end of the day. All right, and I'm going to wrap it up, man. You know, I ain't had too much to bring out, but just, you got to get out your own way. All right, certain things like, I know it's, I'll be watching YouTube and it always be that, what's that damn commercial, that self-help commercial or whatever. It's like therapy, right? And, dude, the scriptures is therapeutic, okay? We don't need things like that, therapy. Because what is that? That's another way to bring you into certain demons and depression and things like that, right? If I ever, and really I don't get down in this truth, because the faith is built. Once your faith get built, something like depression is not there. Because what is depression? It's you basically saying that Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi can't come through and save you. He can't come through and fix whatever problem you're going through, right? You like, I got this bill, you know, and he knows you got a bill. He knows your finances. He knows what's going on. But you're basically saying that he can't save you. So you're all down and depressed, and you like, man, right? That's a worldly spirit, okay? So you're not trusting Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Let's go get that, man. To be carnal is enmity with the Father. Romans 8:6. For to be carnally minded is death. So to really think about, to just live in this physical and not put your affections on what's next, not to put your affections above. To be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So if you stuck in the world, you thinking about bills, you thinking about just shit that don't even matter, right? Materials, where you live at, this and that, what you look like, all this type of stuff. Thinking that this is it. This stuff is temporary. All right? These ain't our real bodies, man. We gonna get those everlasting bodies. For real. Everything gonna get fixed. Whatever it is, whatever problems you going through. If you trust and believe in Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, being carnally minded is death. That's keeping you in hell. You just gonna go to a deeper level of hell. And what is hell? When you own this earth, right? And you basically in the trick bag of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, falling for every delusion, falling for every trap, and falling deeper and deeper into this place and farther away from the scriptures. When the scriptures is right here to save you, because the scriptures is what? What they say, that light at the end of the temple? That's what the scriptures is, man. You know, I get Proverbs 6:23 right after this. Because the carnal mind is enmity against power. For it is not subject to the law of power, neither indeed can be. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please power. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. If so be that the spirit of power dwell in you. Now if any man have not the spirit of Hamashiach, he is none of his. And that's those people that's not getting chastised. That's those people that need to worry because they're not going through anything. They don't understand the scriptures. They hear it read to them, but it's not resonating. All right? And once again, being spiritually minded, that's like a light. Proverbs 6:23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. And what's a strange woman? Wicked doctrines, right? Anything like Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, right? All these are wicked doctrines. Okay? Did Yahawashi ever say out of his mouth, I'm teaching y'all Christianity? No. Is that in the scriptures? No. Actually, to be called a Christian is an insult. And that's in the scriptures. Right? You don't want to be called a Christian. All right? Really, we would be Hamashiach. Hamashiatams. I probably said it wrong, but we are not Christians, man. Okay? That whole religion goes back to the word religare, to bind the consciousness, to basically stop your process, to stop you from learning, to stop that understanding, right? We supposed to be forever learning these scriptures. And that's why when you hear people, they always love to say this. I read the Bible and it ain't got nothing in there for me. That's what they love to say, right? I'm like, how you read the whole Bible when I'm constantly reading through it and I'm finding and discovering new things? But you done read through the Bible and you must be a genius. All right? Come on, man. Really thinking that you can understand God's word just like that. You can't. And that's foolishness, man. The water up. All right. Mashayadams. All right. Hey, I'm butchering it, man. Hamashiyadams. All right. But hey, I ain't gonna say it no more because I know I'm butchering it, man. All right, so let's keep it going. to keep thee from the evil woman. And America, Babylon, teaches evil women all day. They advertise bacon on everything. They advertise pork. It's just been a recall. And shout out to the sister. She sent me this video about, it's been a recall of 7 million, meats, like 7 million pounds of meat or something that has been recalled. And most of it is pork, right? So, hey, for those that eat pork in general, you're going to unalive, right? So I really don't care, right? And we don't, if you truly in this truth, then it doesn't matter to you because we not buying pork. So we don't care about that recall, and that's hilarious though. Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi is about to start unaliving people by the millions. Believe that, by the millions, all right? It says 2/3 of the earth will be unalived. And we know that's going to be predominantly by the nukes, by the missiles, by the arrows, right? But we know beforehand, man, people is going to start getting unalived by the thousands and by the millions, all right? By the wars, by the famines, by the plagues, and by the pestilences, the sickness, okay? I think it was listeria, which is on the meat, and people are unaliving, not too many though, but they about to start poisoning the food. They already poisoned the water. They've been killing you slowly, unaliving you slowly. All right, so when Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi wants to turn it up, it's not going to get turned down. It's not going to get turned down, man, until this place is over with. And that right there is why you should fear Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Verse 24. Lust not after her beauty in thine mind, in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Lust not after these doctrines, these things that these people are telling you. You got these Baptist pastors, Protestant pastors, whatever, tell you that do this, worship Jesus Christ, you're going to get a new car, a new house, etc., right? Soothsaying, telling you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. What you need to hear is more so something harsh, more so rebuke, more so telling you to stop smoking, telling you to stop committing adultery. Remember what happened to David? We just read it. Telling you to stop doing these type of things, man. To stop committing sin. Live to the best of your ability according to the laws, commandments, and statutes. But people don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear get right. As the elder Mike Yahawah say, he always say, man, stop preaching to me. All right? That's what they going to say. That's what they going to say. Because they don't want to hear that. They don't want to be preached to. All right? They don't want to hear the truth. And that's 2 Thessalonians 2nd chapter, man. Yahawah has blinded their mind. And I'll end it over there. Verse 26. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. All right? So these doctrines are going to bring you down. And what is a whore? A whore is, dang, I can't spell today, man. Everything I put, I've been spelling wrong. Proverbs 23 and 27. For a whore is a deep ditch, and a strange woman is a narrow pit. So when our people get in these things like Christianity, Buddhism, etc., they get in a deep ditch. Depression, that's a deep ditch. Because when I was in the world, I was depressed. On the ship, I was depressed. You get to those points when you don't have Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, that understanding that truth. The law is a lamp, right? The law is a light. It's a lamp. So it's a light. That right there keeps us. That we understand that. But when you don't have that, you in darkness. And you don't know what is what. You in that deep ditch. You in that strange woman living in the world, doing what the Babylonians do. Keeping these holidays and not the holy days. Believing in all the bullshit that they feed you, thinking it's going to better you. Because you see them, right? You see how they live. You want the American dream. The American dream is a nightmare for us, man. We don't want to be, to be caught up in this place and to be nice in this place. We don't want that. We don't want all that. All right? You know, we need to be chastised. We need to be reproved. We need to be rebuked. We need to get these impurities up out of us. All right, and I get that before I go to 2 Thessalonians, Isaiah 30 and 10. Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits. Exactly. That's what they do. That's all they do. Telling you this is going to happen, this is going to happen. They prophesy to you divinations, all right, witchcraft, lies, sorcery, zodiac signs. Oh, you a Virgo, you should be with a Capricorn, and y'all going to have a baby, and it's, shut up. That's what they do, man. That's a strange woman. Zodiac signs is a strange woman, a whore, a deep ditch. Divination, tarot cards, that's a deep ditch, right? These type of things. Easter, that's a deep ditch. That goes back to the demon Astaroth. Christmas, that goes back to the demon Moloch. These are deep ditches. These are whores. These are strange women. This is what Solomon fell to. Because he had all these women, and there's nothing wrong with having multiple wives. There's nothing wrong with having women. But what did he do? He allowed those women to bring him into a deep ditch, to worship strange women. In both sense of the word, because a strange woman is a heathen woman, or a woman that's just going off, a witch, off doctrine and things like that, right? But mostly a heathen woman, right? So he started worshiping their gods. He started building statues for their gods, which are false gods, wood and stone, that our fathers have never known. But he brought that to Israel. And what did that create? A chain reaction for Israel to fall, and Israel split. And then the northern kingdom fell first, went into captivity to the Assyrians. And then the southern kingdom went about 100 years afterwards in captivity to the Babylonians, right? And they were both wicked, man, through all that had been going on. And that all stemmed from King Solomon, who we know to be Yahawashi. All right? But that's all coming from strange women. That's why you got to be careful, man, in the spiritual sense and in the physical sense. Don't mess with no strange woman. She gonna bring you down. A woman, man, hold up, while I'm on it, Proverbs 31 and 3. Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. What just happened? What's that girl name? Tiana Taylor, man, and Iman Shepherd, right? She took like half of that man's properties, right? Prenup. She took that man's stuff. He gave his strength to a woman because of marriage, right? You know, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Now, of course, we got married and we get married. Yes, indeed. But the Babylonian way of marriage is set up for the woman to take everything when you lose. When that woman basically has power over you if you marry her in that type of way, right? Especially if she a wicked ass woman, man. All right, what you think she gonna do? She's bitter. She's hurt. This nigga ain't gonna do me like this. I'm taking all his shit. You know how they be talking, all right? She's bitter and hurt, all right? So she bouncing with half your shit. She don't care. We've seen it happen too many times. Look at the boy, and these the curses. Look at the boy, what's his name? Al Pacino, man. You know, and correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Al Pacino to be a Jake, but I got to do some research on it. But if any brother know in the comment section if he's a Jake, you know, you could put it in there. But I believe him to be a Jake. But he was messing with some, like, she's like 30-something years old, and she's getting a divorce with him now, and she's taking a lot of money from him. And that looks to me to be the curses, once again. If he is a Jake, all right? Khan. The elder said Khan, Al Pacino is a Jake. The curses, man. He's like 70-something years old, and the curses ain't leaving him alone. You can't escape Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, right? You can't escape him. It's not going to happen. All right? So give not thy strength unto women. That stems from strange women, strange doctrines, and also physically women that will bring you down in the ways which destroy of kings. All right? And we're going to end it with 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. And we'll go down, we'll start at verse 7. For the mystery of iniquity, the mystery of sin, doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And Esau Edom is the one that's working this. He works sin. All right? And he's going to be taken out of the way. He's letting sin run free on the earth. Yahawah by Hashem, Yahawashi ultimately is letting him produce all this sin on the earth. Because what? Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay? So Yahawah is letting it happen. Because of Isaiah 45:7, Yahawah does evil. He does good. He does darkness. Matter of fact, let's get it because I'm butchering it. Isaiah 45:7. And starting at 5. I am Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi, and there is none else. There is no power beside me. So Buddha, Muhammad, Allah. Allah just means power anyway. That's not his name though. His name is Yahawah. But Allah means power. All right? And not the way they spell it. It's AHLA. Okay? So there is no power beside me. I girdled thee, though thou hast not known me, that they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me. I am Yahawah, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahawah, do all these things. Okay? So Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi does all that. So anything, man, anything. 3-year-old get unalived in a drive-by. Yahawah did it. All right? It's just a kid. It's just a kid. But what did that kid do in their past life? All right? Maybe committed suicide or something, thinking that they could escape Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi. God ain't real. I'ma just take my life. Boom. Boom. Guess what? You go to the spirit world, then what happens? According to Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter, right? Your spirit goes back to power, you know? And according to Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, this is the place of judgment. This is where you have to serve your sentence, right? So you get to come back down here and serve that sentence. You thought he forgot what you did in your past life? Nah, you can't escape Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi. So that's why you see kids get took out in such horrific ways, right? Man, I saw a story the other day. This dude, he had unalived these kids' moms, they mom, and then he tried to, like, he drove the car. I think he tried to drive in the lake or something like that. You got these type of situations, man. And these are also spirits created for vengeance. Right? Demonic demons that are possessing these people and having them to do these acts to bring out judgment. Because what? Yahawah does evil. He does evil. So you got our people being depressed and caught up, thinking that God ain't with them. God is doing that to you. He either mad at you because you don't listen. You don't take rebuke. You don't listen to your elders. You don't listen to people with experience or whatever. He's fed up with you. And if you keep in your way, you don't want to listen. You don't want to read the Bible. Really? You just want to say, I know the Bible. But you never read it. You never opened it. Bruh, he's not one to be fucked with, man. Just to be honest. He's not one to be fucked with. All right? You should fear him. That's the first thing we tell people, man. Fear Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi. All right? Yahawah has evil done to you. He doesn't do evil himself. Yeah, oh, exactly. Let's go get that. Let's go get that. All right, he'll send an angel. Psalm 78:49. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation. and trouble by sending evil angels among them. Okay? So yeah, he will send an angel. When King David took the census out on Israel, what happened? Yahawah sent the angel and it unalived 70,000. And then Yahawah was like, hold up, calm down. He told him to come back. All right? So, Sodom and Gomorrah, Yahawah sent the angels, the chariots, right? Unalived that whole place. So, that's why the eyes of the Lord is 10,000 times brighter than the sun. The angels, that's his eyes going out, seeing everything, reporting back, you know? And Yahawah gonna make that judgment. And judgment has been given unto Yahawashi. And that's why you fear the Father and the Son, and you praise and you worship the Father and the Son. You know, because you do have certain camps out there teaching that you don't praise Yahawashi, and them camps is off, man. And they gonna be unalive, they keep fucking around. You know? Alright, verse 8, and we wrapping up. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yahawah shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. And Salakia, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi, because this is Yahawashi that's going to come. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. All right? You got things like the Project Blue Beam, right? What happened at the Twin Towers? That was Project Blue Beam. All right? Showing you something that's not even there when it was bombs in the building. Things like that, man. And I gotta tone it down before they take this live down. But little things like that. Roswell, you know, telling you that it's aliens. Ain't no damn aliens. Ain't no little green men coming out of nowhere. Ain't no daggone, what they say, draconian reptilians. Ain't no draconian reptilians living under the earth. Ain't no Anunnaki. Alright, what else, man? What they be talking about? Ain't no Orishas for you Hamites. Ain't no Orishas coming out. Alright, those is just demons. If you look up the Orishas, they worship a lot of demons. Ham, they worship a lot of demons. Africans, Hamites, they worship a lot of demons, man. Alright? Ain't none of that happening. Ain't no fault. We the fallen angels, if you really want to talk about it. Jude, right? We are the ones that fell. Alright? At the end of the day. Yakar 777. I don't know you, brother. I never seen you. I don't bring people up unless I know them, man. And I'm wrapping up anyway. Alright? You can ask a question. If you got a question, you can ask it in the comment board. Okay? Verse 10. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. They don't love this truth. We could preach for hours and they don't like it. They don't care. They don't want to listen. They might want to come up and debate, and we don't debate. Why I want to debate with you? I got the 100% truth taught to us by the elders of GMS. Why would I debate with you? We know it's real over here. So you want to be a demon and come up and try to cause some strife, try to cause some division, right? I did that one time. I brought this dreadhead dude up and he ain't bring one scripture out. Right? And it was pointless. And every time, if I ever do, which I rarely do, bring somebody up, I always feel stupid afterwards. Like, why did I bring him up? I knew it was pointless. Just teach the lesson and keep it moving, man. You know? So the people that want to be edified, that want to listen, that want to get some understanding, they'll get it. And it's not all that entertainment, that bullshit. We're not here to entertain. We're here to edify and dip. You know? And that's what we commanded to do. Tell our people their sins. Let me get that. Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. So that's what we're supposed to do. We ain't supposed to do too much more. We're supposed to go out on the streets, on the highways and byways, right? And in the areas of commerce, in the center of the city, and tell everybody there, be a light. So it's there. Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi is there. And what do we mean by that? Amos 3rd chapter. Verse 7. Surely Yahawah power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets. So those that serve him are getting those secrets. This is how we can break the Bible down like this. All right? Through serving him. By serving him, you're going to be what? You're going to be diligent. You're going to study. You're going to read. All right? And his servants are what? They're men. All right? That order is set up. So it ain't supposed to be no women teaching. Okay? Unless they teaching women. And really, they don't supposed to be, if you're a woman, you don't supposed to be, on here like that. All right? All out there. Like teach. Women can teach women or children. But that's a whole nother lesson. So let's finish this up. 2 Thessalonians, 2nd chapter. And let's read 10 again. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth. They don't love the truth. Meaning they don't love Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. They may say they read the Bible. They may say they do this and they do that. But they don't love him. If you don't do what he says do, you don't love him. That they might be saved. And for this cause, power shall send them, who? Yahawah power shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they should believe in Christianity, that they should believe in Jesus Christ, that they should believe in Buddha, Islam, Muhammad, Allah, Hinduism, Lord Shiva, dreadlocks. They're going to believe in all that. Rastafarianism, right? They're going to believe in all of it. Kamala Harris. She ain't even a black woman. She's an Elamite. She's an East Indian. She practices Hinduism. When she swore in as vice president, it was a Bible, and then she had another Bible, and then she put her cell phone on top of it so she wouldn't have to touch the Bible, because she practices Hinduism. She don't fuck with y'all. She's not even an Israelite. She's an Elamite, an East Indian. Okay? But you got the black woman, Eve, being hasty, thinking that she's with them just because she went to a HBCU. Just because you go to HBCU, you black now? All right? That's why, man, Trump cut her. He said her whole life she's been claiming Indian, but then when she changed black, when she said she was, man, I had it. I want to go find it. I did a lesson on it. I'm going to upload it later on. Nah, I got it, though. I got it. I'm going to go get it. One second.
Vice President Kamala Harris is only on the ticket because she is a black woman.
Well, I can say, no, I think it's maybe a little bit different. So I've known her a long time indirectly, not directly very much. And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always identified as a black woman.
I respect either one. I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you believe
I think somebody should look into that too when you continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
It's a direct question, sir. Do you believe that Vice President Kamala Harris is a DEI hire, as some
I really
Republicans have
don't know.
said?
I mean, I really don't know. Could be. There are some.
Do you believe that Vice President
And she is a DEI hire. She ain't coming in the right way.
I stand before you as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States of South Asian descent. When my mother, Shamala, stepped...
That's all you got to hear. She's South Asian descent. She's Indian. She's East Indian. She's South Asian descent. Correct? She's never now, but she go on the Breakfast Club and she want to claim black. And what? Going back to 2 Thessalonians, they shall believe a lie. Right? And for this cause, power shall send them strong delusion that they should believe a lie. You believing in Jesus Christ, you're going to believe in Kamala. You're going to believe in that bullshit because you want to see a black woman in the president. And be the president. That's what you want to see. like you Israelites wanted to see Obama in there. When Obama and Michael, Obama messing with Michelle, right? That's been known. But y'all didn't care. Y'all didn't care. Just ignorant, man. All right? But hey, that's that strong delusion that they should believe a lie. Kamala is lying to y'all. She black now. But our people don't care, man. Especially Eve, the so-called black woman, man. All right, verse 12, and I'm going to end it right here. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. And also a woman should not rule over you. She should not absorb any authority over a man. Okay? But this is a true queendom. And regardless, whoever get in there is of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. And if Kamala actually wins, I guarantee you, man, I feel like it. The Proud Boys is going to riot and tear this place up. All right? That's what it looks like. Right? And if Trump gets in there, then you got Project 2025 to look out for, which is basically absolute control within 180 days. So whichever side, that's Jacob's trouble, right? Because Project 2025, basically summing it up, is Jacob's trouble, man. All right? And it's only going to intensify. Okay? What about her father? What about her father? Oh, yeah, he was born in Jamaica. That don't make him no Benjamite. All right? Do your research. The elders have already brought this out. All right? I don't know if you subscribe to the elders of GMS, but you should. You know, they I think her Zaquan, they said her father was an Elamite. That's what Amawan Gabar said. But I had to check. But that's what I've been hearing them. That's what my elders said at camp. You know. And I did my little research and all of that. But that's what the brothers been putting out. But hey, regardless, she's not an Israelite. She's not black. She's not an Israelite at the end of the day. All right? She's either Elamite or Edomite. So, and and you can look into her background. She's got really on your mother's side, but it don't matter about your mother's side. But going on that way, her great-grandfather was a slave owner in Jamaica. All right? And then going on her father's side, I believe her grandfather owned like a plantation, or he owned like a real big sharecropping business. All right? You know. But I do not think she ain't no damn Benjamite. All right? Because you can look it up and see that her father was born in Jamaica. Right? But that doesn't make him a Benjamite. If you look into him, and he's still living. He don't look like no Benjamite, you know. But hey, I hope this has been an edifying lesson, right? And Zaquan, I get some. If you got some more information on that, send that to me. All right. But the brothers have been putting out that she's an Elamite. All right. So with that being said, man, wrapping it up. Summary of the lesson is get out your own way, right? Take accountability. As King David did, take accountability as all the prophets did, as our forefathers did, that the remnant, right? Only the remnant, only the elect is going to take accountability. It's going to actually admit to what they're doing. It's going to actually, you don't hold no grudge and forgive one another. Forgiveness is a part of accountability, right? Having compassion, mercy, these type of things. Being a better individual, right? Because a house divided shall fall. The remnant is not going to be divided. The elect is not going to be divided. We're going to stand tall under the correct order, right? So take accountability and get out your own way, right? It's not all about you. Don't be selfish and don't be caught up in yourself, because a lot of us, we be in our own way, right? You know, speaking to myself first and foremost, man. We all got to grow. And we all got to get better as individuals, man. So, hey, Shalom to the east. All praises be to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rukah, HaKadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. And Shalom to the Lord's hopeful elect, Kwam Yasha Allah. Shalom to you brothers and sisters. All right. Shalom.